Hello and welcome to a new day down here in Croatia. Not sure if it's a new video now or just another part, but yeah, yesterday we haven't done much. We've just been around Dubrovnik and yeah, walked down to the old town and drove up to the hill, also charged the car up to fully charged because we are planning to head to Montenegro today and maybe to Bosnia later as well. Also, look at this beautiful icon back there. I love it. It's so pretty. So yeah, let's jump in the car and head to the first slightly bigger town in Montenegro. We're heading to that Lidl over there first because that's the last fast charger before Montenegro, and it's not like it's that far. We're planning to go here to Tivat, which is basically the biggest town that's available there, I think. Yeah, so seems to be a bit of traffic around the border, but could be worse, so that's all fine. We're at 91% state of charge, so theoretically no need to charge, but as it's about 100 kilometers if we went over the land, or 65 if we go over here with the ferry, which we're planning to do, yeah, it's just it can't hurt to have some buffer, so we're planning to do that. Also, we want some breakfast, so breakfast at Lidl always works out great. Look at that view, it's beautiful. Also, there's the old town, it's beautiful as well. So yeah, we're heading out, going there, and then it's about a good hour of a drive, I think, to get to Montenegro. So yeah, let's just see and enjoy. Arrived at the Lidl with 87% state of charge, so all relaxed, but yeah. Okay, yeah, we stopped for taking some pictures, but since last charge 24.8 because of a lot of hill driving and climate control and stuff. So yeah, all right. Not much more to see there, but something to see here. Let's grab this and plug in. We got our well-known ABB Terra 50 something here. In Germany they never work. Over here they work pretty fine because in Germany they need to be Eichrechtskonform, which means like they have to be there's a metering law to calculate the exact correct amount of kilowatt hours dispensed, and those meters are always a bit buggy and glitchy and go broken, and they don't need that here as far as I know. I also can't see any external display, they normally sit here. So yeah, 35 kilowatts, working reliably as they don't need to be exact in counting the kilowatt hours, so that's all good. Let's charge up to, I don't know, whatever we can get while we're getting some breakfast. We got our breakfast and we're up to 99% state of charge, so that's pretty perfect timing, I would say. Yeah, charged for 13 minutes because there was a hell of a lot going on inside. Looking good. Battery temperature low. Yeah, I don't think that's the problem at 99%. Unlock charge port. let's get that we put it in here. Looking good, all closed. Nice. Then let's put in Tivat, Montenegro. About 2 hours to go. All right, we'll be there at around noon, which is fine. We gotta remember to switch SIM cards around the border because otherwise it's gonna be quite expensive, I guess. I'm not sure, but we got a dedicated Montenegro SIM card for today with unlimited data. Things you normally don't need to think about in Europe, but Montenegro is not EU, so yeah, that's about that. Great, then let's head out and see what Montenegro can show us. So it seems like we actually entered Montenegro. We even got stamps in our passports. That's pretty nice. You can see it right here. I stamped it the wrong way around, but still funny. The car doesn't have any internet here, so I'm gonna enable my hotspot from the Montenegro eSIM that I put in my phone in a sec. But yeah, let's go the next 27 kilometers in about an hour. What's going on there? I don't know, but that's gonna be interesting. I need to add, I don't understand anything what the signs say and what the navigation says because I can't read that, so that's gonna be really interesting. We're gonna drive on site and Maps doesn't want to load apparently, so let's hope that that's gonna work in a sec. But yeah, that's interesting. Pretty loud, the ship, but we're getting there and we got the best position right in front. So let's get over to the other side of the bay, I guess, and get to our destination. Pretty nice. Arrived in Tivat and just quick look at our stats. 63 kilometers with a consumption of 10.5. We're still here with 84% state of charge, so we wouldn't have had any need to charge at that little, but yeah, it doesn't hurt. And we're planning to maybe go to Bosnia later today as well, and there's also pretty much no charging infrastructure as far as I could tell, so can't hurt to have more charge than less. Also, we want to run sentry mode and stuff. So all of that is just better with more battery. Now the thing is, my car doesn't have any connectivity here, as long as it's not connected to Wi-Fi. So if something happens, I won't know. But alarm is on, sentry is on, pin to drive is on. We're pretty much on the safe side here. Nothing should be able to happen, so yeah. We're just gonna go around and check out the village. And after that, I'm gonna update you with our next plans, because we don't have them yet. They are like, we're making them on the go. So yeah, sounds good. Let's see you later. Quick check-in at the only charging station in the village, I think, or even like in 50 kilometers around here. ABB triple charger as we know it, but no idea how to authenticate, because there's no QR code or anything. It says pay by phone or charging card, but there's only the charging card reader, and normally that's not a credit card reader, so I don't know. But yeah, interesting. We don't need to charge, so no need for anything else. But the AC is fixed with a cable tie, so you can't AC charge here. Only DC charge with Termo CCS. But yeah, interesting to see. Gotta research how to authenticate that if I ever wanted to charge here, maybe in the future sometime. I don't know. We'll see about that when it's time for that. Now we're gonna go back to the car. Alrighty, we are back in the car and headed to, I forgot the name. Something over here. Trebinje. Let's see, and settings, avoid ferries, because we want to go around there and see how long that takes. 3:39, 55% set of charge on arrival, so easy and no problem to come back to Dubrovnik after that, because that's like a bit away. So yeah, do we want to go this way around or this way around? I don't know, we're gonna see about that. But yep, consumption still pretty low. Let's see how the consumption changes until there. But it's only 91 kilometers and we take 2 hours for it. That's crazy. But when we're there, we're good in time for getting some lunch-ish. So yeah, should be good. Let's get out of here, pay the guy in the front that sits in that little toll booth thing over there that you can see from here. And yeah, get to Bosnia. We didn't get too far yet. I mean, we went all the way around the bay down there and all the way to the front and then back up here, but we're still here at the bay. Like almost an hour later or so. But yeah, just so beautiful. You gotta stop everywhere, take pictures, enjoy what you can see, and also all the trash. That's not so nice. But well, yeah. Let's continue on. Back there is still the mountaintop with snow. That's wild. Otherwise, yeah. Small, pretty villages all over. Really nice. Can really, yeah, just tell you to go here and have a look at it because it's awesome. And that guy doesn't sound too healthy. We're just up to about 1,000 meters, which is I think about 3,000 feet at the top of the mountain, and there's someone burning stuff. Interesting. And we still got 34 kilometers to go. We are at 55% state of charge, and we should be arriving there with 53% state of charge. So I'm pretty sure that we're going quite a bit downhill now. So let's see how that works out, but always love to see when you go down a hill that you get all your energy back into the battery. Pretty good. Now it's also written there on the sign, Trebinje, looking good. Let's continue. We don't have any internet for, I don't know, quite some time now, which is not too bad because I got some music on my phone. And navigation still works even though we don't see anything on a map, but good enough for us. As long as it tells us where to turn left or right, it's all good. There's another eco petrol station, but I don't think I can see any chargers. Yes, there might be one, or nope, again just air. Sad. All right, yeah, great. We will continue on, and we'll now be arriving at around 4 p.m. because we just took our time, but we're on vacation, so no stress here. To Bosnia, I guess. There's no country sign here yet, but the street information sign. That's interesting. So yeah, we just exited Montenegro and entered Bosnia-Herzegovina. Very nice. And here we are. Welcome to Republic of Srpska?
No,
Srpska? Something like that. Interesting, very nice. Streets got worse, but still okay. We can drive on them, and they are pavement and not gravel, so that's a positive, I think. arrived in Trebinje and we instantly drove up the hill to some kind of viewpoint, because why not? If we're in the car already, let's just have a look at it. Let's look real quick. Since charge 12.5 went a bit up, but it's not from the last city because we stopped in between and stuff, but still all right. We're at 51%, all good. 52 as soon as we're down. Just when we drove up this hill, there were some buildings with some people in the gardens and in the front yards and some children, and they were all astonished by seeing a Tesla drive up here. It was so funny. They were almost flabbergasted. Yeah, anyway, let's take a look at that and see what else we want to do here, because it seems to be quite nice, a view from up here. Nice. Let's go and see. Okay, so we decided to drive to Dubrovnik now directly. No need to stop down there because there really isn't much going on. It's really kind of dead and it's not touristic or anything, so yeah. We've probably seen the prettiest part from up here. If not, and if we're wrong, then please correct us in the comments, then we might come back sometime and check it out. But there's a DM, that's interesting. Yeah, we only need 6% to get the 34 kilometers back to Dubrovnik. Also, not even that far, so looks way further than it is, but a lot of hills in between, so yeah. All right, let's head out and see it. Then we still got enough time to go have dinner in Dubrovnik. Arrived at the fast charger, one of 3 in the city, with 46% state of charge, and the current drive, which was from somewhere we stopped, minus 1.6 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. Love to see those numbers, but all in all 11.4. Today we only used 54% for 208 kilometers. That's crazy. So with that in mind, we could probably go to wherever in Montenegro the next time we're here. That's good to know. That's really good to know. Would be somewhere maybe down here or so, I don't know. But probably there's a charger on the way to Podgorica, the capital of Montenegro. You should definitely be able to make it too, because we went here, around there, over here, whatever. Yeah, anyway, pretty cool to know. I'm just gonna authorize and plug this in, but that's been it for today, I would say. Yeah, well, see you tomorrow. Hello and welcome to another day in Dubrovnik right now still, but on our way to Split, more towards northern Croatia. We are pretty much on our way back. Not really yet, because we still got some days before us. But yeah, we're heading kinda back from Dubrovnik because that's all the way down south. And we want to visit some more cities, see what they have to offer, and check out some beaches and stuff on the way. And we're about to go the scenic route along the coast and not the highway, which, if it exists, is further into the country. So yeah, the plan is to go to Split, but we're just gonna go and see what's on the way, where we want to stop. We're at 91% state of charge right now. And if we put in Split, it wants to send us over the highway probably, which we don't want to do. We want to go all the way over here. 22% on arrival. All easy, because without the highway that's going to be even higher. That's great. But for now the route is okay, and we're just going to add in some kind of, I don't know, whatever, where we want to stop. So that's all good. Let's head out and go. Just arrived at our Airbnb, and just a quick look at the stats: 11.8 for 234 kilometers, and we still got 34% state of charge left, so that's pretty nice. There's not much more happening today, and we're also not charging today, so not too much interesting stuff happening today for this video. So I would say this is just the first part of this video. See you tomorrow. Good morning from a very rainy Split. Yeah, you can see weather is not getting better. So we kinda are about to adjust our plans. We're now heading to Zadar as we planned, but we probably won't stay there, except for maybe if the weather is suddenly way better, which it won't be. So we probably will go to Italy today already and not tomorrow, and just shorten our trip by a day, because in that weather you don't have to pay for Airbnbs and hotels if you can also just go home and have the same bad weather over there. So that's probably our plan. We'll see about that today, but we're pretty sure that's what it's gonna be. So let's see. We charged the car to 92% or to 100% last night. Sentry used some juice overnight, but that's all good. We juiced up in the Mall of Split. Easy, no problem. In the -2 parking garage. Yeah, worked out great. And yeah, let's put in Zadar, where we are also planning to get some breakfast. Not just our croissants there, they're just for the trip. Settings, we don't want to avoid tolls. We want to go the quick way. 1 hour 44 minutes, we'll be there at 11. Sounds great. Let's hope we get some breakfast there, and we're gonna look where we are heading exactly while we're on the go. But Zadar in general is the right direction, and we can also try to charge there while we are there, because we're gonna be arriving with 33% state of charge. So that's probably the plan. So let's go. We just arrived in Zadar at the Kaufland Charger. That's kind of in the center, near the old town. Still a bit to walk, but that's the closest we can get there. And then we start with a full battery again, which is nice. 164 kilometers since charge, 158 since we started. Consumption of 19.5, that's pretty good for all the highway driving. So I'm gonna grab my card, jump out and plug in, and there's actually sun out here. So yeah, that's pretty nice. Let's grab that big boy cable here, and I think we need to close the door. Hope it reaches. Well, that's gonna be tight, but it'll work. I'm gonna plug in because that's a two-handed operation. All right, we're plugged in. Let's authenticate. We are allowed to start charging for 59 cents per kilowatt hour, which is not great, but okay. So it's starting. We are communicating here. And we are charging 45 minutes to 100%. I didn't precondition because we're going to the city anyway. And then we can use some more time. So that's all good. All right, 70 kilowatts, 72, pretty nice. That's all I could want to have here. Great. We are done charging, and already for so long that we're back down to 99% for Sentry mode, but doesn't matter too much. Sadly, there were kinda no cafes in a price range that's reasonable with food, so I don't know what's going on there, but we're now about to find some food on the way and head to Italy. All right, so we found our route. First stop, McDonald's. Wow. Second stop, it says the supercharger in Senj. I don't know how to pronounce that, I'm sorry. But with 36%, I'm not gonna stop there. We're gonna look for something maybe after Rijeka or something. Somewhere over here. Probably not a supercharger, but something else. Should be good. Also, things changed on the map, because these colors are different than before, and also these pins look different, because if you tap on them you can see the old pin, but yeah, I don't know what's going on. Something's changed, and I didn't install an update tonight. Yesterday that looked different. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, let's go to our favorite Golden Arches, the restaurant towards the Golden Bird something. Yeah, whatever. Let's go and find some food and then head to Italy. Alright, we got our food and I just looked it up. There really are no great options there. There's Ionity somewhere in between, but we wouldn't make it there because it would send us the highway around. Like if we look at this now, it would send us all the way over here, and then we can make it. But if we go to the supercharger, it will send us this way, which is shorter and pretty much the same time, I think. So yeah, I don't know. I guess we're just gonna go to the supercharger because it's easy and we know it will work, and it's probably the best option that we can get. So nice. Yeah, 35% on arrival, only 5 minutes needed to reach our destination. But why can't we make it to Ionity then? Doesn't make any sense at all. Anyway, we're just gonna do it like that because I don't want to think. And yeah, let's go. Arrived at the supercharger in Sench, or however it's pronounced, and I gotta say the location here is really awesome. Like, we're in front of the harbor, over there's the town, and there's the supercharger right behind us, so that's pretty awesome. Consumption of 18.3. We've been through everything: highway, country road, construction site, off-road, townships, whatever, anything. We're just driving through everything. Really nice. Yeah, 174 kilometers, pretty good. Almost 2 hours of drive. So that was kind of long, but yeah, we're here now. Let's plug in and have a look at the town. If we're here already, looking pretty nice over there. And the supercharger is slow anyway. Maximum of 110 kilowatts it said. Probably, I mean it's an old one, V2, can do maximum 150 anyway, and it's probably slower because of maybe grid connection or old or rust because of salt water. Looking really rough here, but yeah, as long as it works, I'm fine with that. Kind of windy again. And we are getting, let's see, we're still at 31% state of charge, so not really low. We would need 10% more to get to our destination, but we're just gonna charge as much as we can. 102 kilowatts. Wow, that's slow. But okay, doesn't matter. As I said, we're just gonna enjoy a walk around the city and the harbor and whatever, and yeah, then we continue as soon as we are ready to continue. Probably the car will be almost fully charged until then, but who cares? We're on the way back to the car, just over there. We're at 96% state of charge, so pretty perfect timing. Not that we would have needed that much, but you know, exploring the town, village, whatever, always nice. Takes us 2 more hours to get to Trieste in Italy. We just booked our Airbnb over there, so that's all good. Should be there at around 6 p.m. I think. So we still have maybe some daylight in the city. Probably not too much. If we're lucky, the weather is good enough to get some breakfast tomorrow there. But we might not be in luck because there's just some rain back there. You can see it. And that should arrive tonight also over there. So we can just hope that it's like today, that we think that it'll rain all day and then we're in luck and it's sunny. So we're just gonna take what we can get. Yeah, great. There's the car still charging. No idle fees, of course, because there's no one there, and we're also still charging. But yeah, they might work on those superchargers again to give a bit more power, maybe. Not that we would have needed it, but sometimes you might need it. And also because they're rusty as heck with all the salt water air coming from the sea. So yeah, I'm just gonna unplug here. Looking good. Put that back in here. I hope you can anything see because it's hella windy. And then we can head on out to about to cross into Slovenia again. Just ahead of us, some 100 meters or so. Here we are, the old border crossing, which is not really relevant anymore, where you could exchange money or something. this lane. And all the way over there, it's so bright I can't see anything. Wow. Awesome. Welcome to Slovenia. You can't see it because just over here we are about to enter Italy. Welcome to Italy. After a literal half hour, we finally found some parking. Horrible, but 13.7 for the last 144 kilometers, 20 kilowatt hours used, and still 56% in the battery, so that's all fine. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna be it for this video just yet. We're just gonna go until we arrive on the Austrian motorway tomorrow, because after that it's just boring Autobahn stuff. But yeah, so good night and see you tomorrow. Good morning from our last day on our trip. We are still in Trieste. We just had some breakfast, really good, because Italian coffee and stuff. And now we are about to head on our way towards home, but we want to cross at least one pass on our way there instead of going through the tunnel below. So yeah, that's the plan. But first we need some snacks for on the way, so we're looking for a supermarket, and that looks nice. And yeah, then we're heading towards home, but we'll look at that at the supermarket parking lot because I forgot before we started driving. So yeah, great stuff. Just before we are heading the Lidl we're driving to, we're heading back into Slovenia, it seems like. That's interesting. Maybe there's a border control somewhere up there again. We'll see about that. But yeah, guess we're pretty much in Slovenia again. Whoops. We arrived at the Lidl and there's a charger here, so we're taking the juice because if it's there, we take it. Pretty nice. Then we get some snacks and then we'll see about that whole thing. Great stuff. We got our snacks. Car still charging with 35 kilowatts or something because battery is cold as a brick. But we're up to 47%, so we got 7% into the battery. That's all good. Let's unlock 35 kilowatts. Oh my god, that's so bad. But doesn't matter too much. We got enough to drive still. Preconditioning for fast charging. Yes, sounds good. Let me just adjust that navigation real quick. All right, so I just edited the address so you don't see my home address because we don't need that. And we also want to go over this pass here, as I just mentioned, and not go through the tunnel because it's a bit more fun. It's also not too high, only 1,000 meters or something. And as the street looks, won't be too interesting because the street is just drive straight until you're there and then drive straight back down again. But yeah, it's a bit more fun. It wants us to charge at the supercharger in Ljubljana in Slovenia, which is not too far off the highway, and it's a 250, so I don't have any problem with that. We're gonna be arriving there with 16%, so that's all good. And after that, it wants to send us to Villach again. Is it Villach Ost? Yes, it's Villach Ost. All right, so I would say we're gonna go until there, and that will be the end of the video, because after that it's just highway and that's just not interesting, and I really don't want to fill up my GoPro storage with only highway recordings, which don't matter anyway. All right, nice. Let's do that, and yeah, then we'll see. We'll take you along until Villach, so let's enjoy that. We just arrived at the supercharger. We just need to charge for 8 minutes or something here apparently. Let's see, 18.4 on the current drive, pretty good. Also over there, they're just loading up a Suzuki e-Vitara. Look at that. Haven't seen that before. I'm not sure if it's out yet, but yeah, interesting. Can I get some nice shots there? Yes, I can. Awesome, nice. Let's grab the handle and plug in. Button is broken as always. Communicating, and we're good to go. Nice, pretty good. 10 minutes and then we're out of here. We're also only getting 130 kilowatts. Not sure if that's a side level limitation because there's some cars charging here, or if the battery's too cold. Might also be we're just at 40 now and we're already charging for 2 minutes or so. So yeah, I think the next charging stops should be better because we get some more driving to do before. So that would be pretty good. We need, that's also funny, 12% more to arrive at the pass, and also 12% more to arrive at the supercharger, which is all the way down from the pass again. So from the pass to the supercharger we won't use any juice at all. That's always nice to see. It's also not that far, to be fair, but still it's quite a bit of distance at least, and we don't use any juice for that. That's nice. Only about an hour to drive there. That's pretty chill, like that. So that's all good. All right, looks like we're good to go. We're gonna be arriving with 13% at the pass and also at the next supercharger. That's great. So I would say let's unplug. We're already falling below 120 kilowatts. So let's ride the charging curve. I need to stop charging from in here because the button's broken, as we know. Looking good. All right. Also, that's an interesting kind of choice for the rims on that Highland. Without the aero caps, I think. Are those the new base wheels? I'm not sure, but I do like them, gotta say. I think they don't fit on my car, sadly. So yeah, anyway, let's get to the pass. We just arrived up the pass, all the way at the top at 1075 meters. Over there is the border to Austria. And we're gonna go through there in just a sec, but I wanted to have a quick look at the consumption. Up the hill, 19.7. We should be arriving at the supercharger with by now 3% less than here, so that's interesting. Let's see what the consumption is when we go down the hill. I put the car in park, so current drive will reset as soon as I go in drive, and then we'll see when we arrive. So let's enjoy the way back down. Alright, we just arrived at the supercharger with a consumption of 5.4 from down the hill. We were at minus 13.3 was the lowest I've seen, but always love to see those graphs here. I think, yeah, that's been it. And it's just, let's look at the consumption. Can I still switch between? No, I can't. They kind of changed some things here and now it's different. I don't know, but pretty nice. Those negative spike is awesome. So yeah, let's jump out and plug in. We're at 13% and we're well warm, so we should be getting good speeds here. Let's hope so, at least. Battery is at 39C, so that's great. 35, come on. Give us the full 170, we should be able to take. The supercharger can deliver 200 kilowatts, so should be no problem. And it's also not that high in usage here that it would be limited too much, I think. Ramping up slowly. 120 at least already. 130. Looking good. 140. 150. Yes, nice. 160. Yeah, we need to stop here for... We won't be able to make it already. I'm sure we won't. 16 minutes, more or less. Alright, that's great. Whoops. That's better. Yeah. So, but from now on, it's mostly just highway and stuff. So, as I told you, I decided to stop the video here. I might give you the stats right at the end when we arrive home, if I remember to do that. We're now at 2,772 kilometers and an average consumption of 17.5. It should be like 3,200, I think, probably, maybe 3,500, something around that. I'm not quite sure how far it still is. Should be like 600-700 kilometers maybe, something around that probably. But yeah, I would already say that's been it for this video. Yeah, was a really nice trip, enjoyed it. The weather could have been a bit better the last days, but all in all it was pretty nice, awesome experience, and I know that going to and through Montenegro shouldn't be a big problem, so we're gonna try that later this year maybe again. We'll see about that. But yeah, thank you so much for watching and see you guys in the next one. Bye!